Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers. This is Kuwait Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator Sim Update 11 and at Dubai International Airport with the Kuwait Pilot brand new PC build. It took some time, and I missed the opportunity of being with you guys and showcasing a live. I think I've missed quite a bit, but it's good to be finally here with you all. And I want to welcome all of you. Carl Childers, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Of course, with a new setup, I'm going to ask you guys to let me know if I'm audible and the voice is clear, as just about everything is brand new here. It's a brand new setup, brand new mic, brand new speakers, brand new PC, brand new everything. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please just let me know. Other than that, how have you guys been? It's been, it feels like, it feels like it's been forever. And David White, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. We have Drishal. Hello, Drishal. Welcome aboard. And we have German. German, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for your support. Warren, welcome, my friend. The Sim Pilot, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us this evening. We have also with us Carl. Hello, Carl. Thank you for your support, being a member here at the channel. And the Sim Pilot, welcome aboard. Glad to have you guys with us today. I'm very excited to fly the iniBuilds Airbus A310. Of course, I've seen a lot of streamers streaming. The one I personally watched for the most part was the V1 simulations stream was the one that I kind of watched faithfully. But yeah, finally, a Sim Update 11 here, and can you believe that this aircraft is actually free by iniBuilds? This is just absolutely gorgeous. By the way, guys, I am now on a 4K monitor, and however, the display is scaled down to 1080p for you guys, just for streaming purposes. If you are interested in my new specs, you can type in the normal command, but it will refer you now to the About section of the channel, which I've published everything, including the monitor that I'm using. We're going to begin today by taking a look at this beautiful model by iniBuilds, and they've done a fantastic job just modeling the A310. And of course, it was, when it first came out for X-Plane, it was, of course, I've named this aircraft Airliner of the Year 2021, or 2020, I believe, when it came out for X-Plane. But they've done a remarkable job, really, by bringing this aircraft to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the fidelity is second to none when it comes to iniBuilds. The texturing is just really of the highest quality. As you can see here, just really phenomenal texturing, beautiful 3D modeling, and everything is done to a very high standard. This is very hard to. This is PMDG quality. I mean, if PMDG was the baseline, I would say that this is pretty much at par with PMDG quality in terms of the 3D modeling and the texturing. Performance is something that we will speak about as we progress through our flight, but let's hop into the cockpit here. And I really wish you guys could see what I'm seeing on this huge widescreen. It looks fantastic, and the experience just with a larger screen in 4K is simply outstanding. I just absolutely love it. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to the cabin, and we're going to take a look. Let's go here. Oh, I think I haven't mapped my buttons yet, so we're going to skip on the cabin, I guess, today. And we're going to start setting up. Maybe I'll do another full tutorial flight. So I've lost most of the most of the settings, my joystick mappings. So anyway, this is the 3D cockpit, and as you can see, beautiful texturing. and just absolutely gorgeous panel work, and everything looks just fantastic on this aircraft. Very, very well developed, well textured, well modeled aircraft. The sounds are fantastic on this aircraft. We have with us also Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Desai. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. The A310 of Kuwait Airways retired long time back. Yes, long time back. This is a classical aircraft. All right. So today, what we're going to be doing, of course, I am now, by the way, on Windows 11. But if I bring up here Navigraph charts, as you can see today, we are going to be flying from, let's go here. So we're going to be flying from Dubai through runway 30. We're going to be taking the RIDAP departure out of Dubai. We're going to be cruising at 34,000 feet. And we're going to be arriving into Kuwait today, runway 33 right. And the arrival is the Deputy 3 Charlie into Kuwait. Should be a nice approach into Kuwait. Unfortunately, it's not from the city side. So this is the city side here. You come, it's more spectacular as you come through the Kuwait city. This side here, you come, as we come from the southern part of the country, we're going to go over, some of the oil refineries and then make it to Kuwait International. As usual, the commands available to you, exclamation ARR DEP route, and of course the specs are available to you as well. All right, so let's put this away, and we're going to go to the flight. Let me go to the overhead panel. Now, the one thing about this iniBuilds aircraft is that it seems to require a lot more resources than the PMDG or the Phoenix. And I hope some optimizations are brought in as quickly as possible so that people can enjoy it. All right, so let's go ahead and start battery 1, battery 2, and battery 3. We're going to bring up the external power. Again, very, very nice sounds, beautiful. The same sounds that you probably heard if you have X-Plane 11. You probably heard these beautiful sounds there. We're going to, again, turn on the galley power, and we're going to move here to the overhead. We're going to turn on the ADIRS to nav mode. All right, that is done. And let's see here, oxygen, we can turn on, and we can leave the fuel for now, and we set up the aircraft first, and then we'll worry about the fuel. All right, so let's come over down here and go to the ACARS system menu, ACARS, and as you can see, I have my SimBrief user ID here. All you need to do is click here, and that will load the plan for you. As you can see now, we have the flight plan. And we can also bring Sim Toolkit Pro, and we're going to say always on top so you guys can follow along. And we're going to keep this here. We're going to go to the operational flight plan, and we're going to go and make a note of the cruise system is M80. All right, so we're just going to put 55 for the, let's see, 55 for our cost index. And flight ID, we are Kuwait Airways, so that's Kilo Alpha Charlie 2574. I love the sounds on this aircraft. Everything's just really very well done. And then we can go to Align IRS. Excellent. I've set this, by the way, to instant. We'll take a look at the electronic flight bag in just a minute. But I've set it to instant so that, we don't waste too much time setting up the aircraft. Nathaniel, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Are you going to sell the old system like the CPU you had before the upgrade? I am going to sell the parts individually. I already have some buyers, so I'm probably going to sell it. And I don't think I have any more space for another screen, so yeah. All right, so let's take a look here. We're going to go to the next page here, and we need to set things up from our electronic flight bag. So let's head over there right now, and we're going to come down here. Obviously, if you click on the flight details now, you'll see that the call sign is Kuwait Airways 2574. Departure iCUE code is Oscar Mike Delta Bravo. Arrival code is Oscar Kilo Bravo Kilo. If we click on the aircraft, it gives you the current version of the aircraft as well as the type. Perfect. If we go to, from this menu here, you can set the aircraft to cold and dark, on GPU, on APU, or ready for takeoff. And then you can manipulate the aircraft doors and use jetway or GPU, and then the pushback controls as well. You have the full checklist here available to you, and of course we have the flight number here, so that's cool. And then of course we have the load and balance, which is what we're interested in today. So takeoff runway in meters, if we look here and click that, you'll see OMDB. Let's see, in meters, how do we, I'm not sure why we don't get the full, I think it's some 4,000 meters, but I'm not sure why we're not getting it here. All right, so that's dry. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure why we're not getting the full length of the runway. David White has been a member for 2 months straight at the Kuwait Pilot channel. Thank you very much. And we have Greenlight Auto Brokers. Greetings, my friend. Welcome aboard. I'm getting right now. We'll do that in a minute. I'll tell you guys. I'll bring up a tool and show you guys all the details about the performance. Let's get things done here first. Runway QDM is 298. So 298. I'm not sure why we're not getting the full length here, but normally it displays you know, the length of the runway. All right, we're gonna just say 4,000. I think it's more than 4,000 meters, but we're just gonna say 4,000. And we're gonna come to the wind, and we're gonna take a look here at the wind at Dubai. If we click here, you can see 310 8 knot wind. So 310, and oops, 310. And 10 knot, sorry, 8 knots. 310.08. All right, perfect. And the outside temperature is 29 Celsius. Still kind of warm in Dubai. And the QNH is 1015. 1015. Excellent. The takeoff weight, that is something we need to set from... All right, we're going to come back here to weight and balance. All right, so let's plan this here first. That's my bad. I'm kind of jumping the gun there. All right, let's come down here very quickly. Passengers, 240 passengers today. 240. That's almost a full load. You know what? We're just going to say 205. And cargo, we can add some cargo as well. 6. All right, well, we can put, I think, cargo 6. And fuel is 12.8. Short flight to Kuwait. 12.9, that's good enough. And apply. All right, so now we have all the information here. And if we go to live, now we have all the data here. And this is the plan. Perfect. What we can do now is we're going to start up the APU. So APU master is on, and we're going to go to start. And we're come back here. And let's see here. We can go now. Let's leave this now and set up the rest of the plan. Then we'll come back here. All right. So block fuel is going to be 12.9. So that's 12.9. Right, 12.9 is now set. Jack, hello my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Do you see a big improvement? Absolutely, especially in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Huge improvement. Huge improvement. All right, so zero fuel is, let's see here, zero fuel weight, 102.6, 102, 102.6. All right, that's zero fuel. And the CG is 24.9. All right, and let's go ahead and turn on the APU bleed. What is it complaining about? APU fuel low. Ah, okay. Right, I think now it's it should work. Yeah. All right. So the APU actually needs the fuel for the APU to work. All right. So now we have all this information here. We're going to go back to the M.2, and we're going to go to our flight plan. And flight plan out of Dubai. Today we are going to depart runway 30 right. So let's go to the SID, and we're going to select 30 right. So that would be on the next page. 30 right is selected. And probably now we can see the performance data there. All right, and the departure is the Rida to Foxtrot. Rida to Foxtrot is to Foxtrot, right? That's the one, and we're going to insert that. Excellent. And then we're going to scroll down to that's our top of descent, top of the line, and we're going to go to Kuwait. I can hear the APU now in the background. All right, so that's Kuwait, and we're going to select the star, and the star into Kuwait is going to be today the T3 Charlie. T3 Charlie, that's the one. No transition, and we're going to go to ILS runway 33 right. Right, that's ILS 33 right. No transition, so we're going to say return. And return. No, that didn't work. Star. T3 Charlie. That's the one. Okay. T3 Charlie. Yep, that's the one. Insert. Perfect. Now we have the flight plan loaded into the M.2. That's the top of descent. Make sure there are no no discontinuities. That's Jinbi, the transition into the final fix for runway 33 right over at Kuwait. All right, perfect. And we're going to go to, all right, takeoff and departure. All right, we come down here now and go for the takeoff data. And we go to, still, we don't see the runway length. All right, well, we have all the data here except for the weight, so let's get the aircraft weight. And the final weight, the gross weight, is 11,5455. 11,5.44. Actually, I'll just say 5. 5. All right, and NTI's on, air conditioning on, calculate, and voila. You've got the flex temperature, you've got all your V1 and V2 speeds and all that good stuff. Excellent. So 135, 135, and 170. Right, so we're going to enter 135, 135, and 170. Ah, that one needs to go there. Alright, so let's come back here. Turn those guys on. Alright, nav lights are on. And now we'll be able to enter the speed here, which is 170. Mr. Nimbus, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Enrique, hello my friend, welcome aboard. We'll take a look at the FPS, guys, and I'll show you all the performance counters just as we depart from Dubai. We'll take a look at that. I actually wasn't planning to do a stream today, but then opportunity presented itself. I've had most of the things downloaded for Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I figured, you know, why not? Let's, let's do this. That's easier there. There we go. And we're going to go to 34,000 feet. All right, perfect. The runway heading is 298. 298. So let's set that here, 298. All right, 298 is now set. Everything here looks good. And we are actually ready for engine start now. We have everything here. You say, by the way, the FCU speed, you have to set it here, and then it will automatically populate over here. So now we have everything here ready, and that's here our takeoff, and that's our flight plan. You've got all our speeds. All that information is now ready to go. All right, perfect. So everything's looking good, and we're going to use the B button and the magic button to set the altimeter to 1015, and we are ready to go. All right, let's go ahead and come over here. We're going to turn on our beacon lights. Excellent. And we're going to also turn on probe heat and window heaters as well. And now everything is ready for us to start our engines. We are also going to turn on the fasten seat belt and non-smoking signs turned on, and we are now ready to get going. All right, let's go to GSX and select prepare for. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use whatever we have here. So we're going to go first and turn off the let's see, external power. Goes to the off position. Everything else here is looking good. All right, perfect. We are going to use the ground services. All right, here we go. So we are going to select this. It says active. And what will this do is it will call the pushback truck. Just look at how beautiful this aircraft is. Gorgeous looking aircraft, really. Job very well done by iniBuilds. I get a big frame rate hit now with the UN. Yeah, performance overall. My experience in Sim Update 11 is that actually performance is not as good as Sim Update 10, to be completely frank with you guys. And especially this aircraft, it's very, very heavy on performance. All right, here we go. We are now pushing back, and let's see here. All's looking good. GPU we can remove, we don't need it. And yeah, all's looking good here, and brakes are off. All right, and here we go. All right, we're going to go to System A, and we are going to start with engine number 2. Engine number 2 is, valves are now open, and you can see the engine spooling. Just look at how the beautiful sounds. What just beautiful aircraft is this iniBuilds A310. Fantastic. Do you have the ATR for X-Plane. No, I don't. All right, we can give it fuel now. Again, all the switches are modeled. Everything is operable. There are no inops here, and everything works as it should. Just really a brilliant, brilliant aircraft. All right, let's go take a look here. .2 up. Okay. Right, we can come back to the ground service. Right. Right, we can start the engine number 1. So let's go ahead and say start 1. Excellent. And we're going to wait for about 20% N2. Right. And we can stop here and set the parking brake. Excellent. And we have about 25. All right, that's good. Let's go and start engine number 1. Engine number 1 is started. Now, there are two things we can do. We can either go to Toga, or we can go to flex temperature and select the temperature here, or we can go to auto. So what we're going to do is we're going to flex, and I think I need to set up my throttles properly here. Yeah. All right, there we go. That's idle. You have to calibrate the... all right, let's take a look here. If we go to the takeoff data, flex temperature is 59, so we're going to come here and select flex 2, and we're going to select the temperature as 59. Right, 59 is now set. Excellent. We have a good start on both engines. And we're going to come over to the overhead panel. We're going to put the ignition, APU bleed can now go off, and ignition to the off position. APU master can go off. You can hear the air conditioning system now kicking in again. Excellent. And we can turn on the nose taxi and the runway turn-off lights on in preparation for taxi. Everything is looking pretty good. We're going to set the trim to 2.5, 2.3 down. Was it 2.3 down? Let's take a look here. If we go again to the weight and balance, it's no, 1.2 up. All right, let's do that. 1.2 up. That's about right, I think. No. That's right. Okay. All right, perfect. We have that now set. We're going to arm the speed brakes, and we're going to set flaps 15. And by the way, it's got flaps and slats both on the same lever. And this is where you can see the flaps. So flaps 15. And there we go. Right, so that's flaps 15. Actually, 15 and 0. That's here. So 15 flaps and slats are 0. That's not right, is it? Should be the other way around, isn't it? All right. Auto brake to max. All right, we are ready to taxi to the runway. Just guys, look at this beautiful aircraft and the beautiful sounds as well. Smooth as silk. All right. Is this plane easier than the PMD G7? No, that would be a little more difficult. Great. Are you using the Honeycomb hardware? Yes, Jack. That's exactly what I'm using. And thank you very much for being here, Jack. I appreciate it. Roy, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Spooner, welcome aboard. Slats only. Okay, so slats 15, flap 0. All right, perfect. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, we're ready to go, and we're going to release the parking brake now and head over to the runway. Let's give it some power. Those sounds are just outstanding. I think I also forgot to map my toe brakes, which is alright. Not a biggie, hopefully. Alright, we'll go to idle power. We want runway 30 right. So we're going to make a turn here. We're going to make sure left is clear, right is clear. By the way, this rendition of Dubai is an enhanced or overhauled version of the default airport by Sobo. It's available on the on the flightsim.to website, and that's our runway for departure here. Let's get our landing lights, wing lights, strobe lights, and we are good to go. Excellent. Here's our turn. Runway 30 right. Alright. So what iniBuilds have done is they made this button as the toga button. I'm not sure if Flight 477 are using DLS3, and will you be making a performance video for SU11? Yes, Flight 477, thank you, first of all, sir, for your $4.99 super chat. I appreciate it very much, and the answer is yes. I will be doing all of that without a doubt. MC Crewfish, hello, my friend. Welcome. Paul, hello, my friend. How are you doing? Glad to have you with us. All right, so we're good to go. We are going to take the power to approximately 40%, and we're going to wait for stable engines. Perfect. Parking brake is released, and we go to toga, and as you can see now, SRS, thrust, heading, all that good stuff is there. A little bit touchy there. Right, here we go. It should take it to exactly 98.1. Right, we're looking good. Approaching V1, which is 135 knots. There we go, that's V1. And rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears going up. Beautiful. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Right, we continue our climb. autopilot 1, nav, and retract the slats. Now the aircraft is doing what it's supposed to do. Just look at that. Oops. I pushed the Z button by mistake, which disconnects the autopilot. Right, we can put this here and continue our climb. If we look here at the profile, that's the speed, 220. So what we can do is fly direct to Orlad. We could actually fly direct to Orlad. That's alright, we can just leave it there. Let's take a look here. We can fly direct to Orlad. Alright, let's go direct. Orlad is here. Insert. There we go. Perfect. Some nice views there. Look at that. Just look at the beautiful texturing on this aircraft. It's just absolutely phenomenal. That's the wingtip. Beautiful engines. Look at those engines. Alright, 10,000 feet, we can kill the landing lights and wing lights, runway turn-off lights are off. This should have been on takeoff, but that's alright. We can just turn this off now. We're going to go ahead and release the passengers as well. And everything now is looking pretty cool. This needs to go to climb, or climb thrust. And everything is looking in tip-top shape now, folks. Yeah, so one of the things that I probably would like to show you, Z button now. I know I did something similar yesterday and don't know what I've done. Yeah, my last flight, it caused my aircraft to roll completely over at cruise and crash from overspeed. Gee, Brent, wow. All right, so I know you guys are very excited to to see some of the settings in this build. And by the way, this is not my the stream for the iniBuilds. I'll probably do more in-depth videos later on, and there is a lot that I have a lot on the back burner. So I have a few sceneries that I want to showcase on the channel for you guys, and then I never got around to preview FS Realistic, the first person capability. It has been released now, but I definitely will do a video and showcase it here on the channel. There are a few X-Plane add-ons as well, so I just not having the PC for the last few days has put me really I've got a very busy schedule ahead, but I know a lot of you guys are wanting to see how are things, so I'm gonna bring up this hardware monitor, and I'm just going to share with you guys a few things here. So if you look here, these are all my voltages. The main board, surprisingly, is at 40 Celsius. CPU is at 58, and CPU fans obviously are running at full speed. What else here? You've got the P cores and the E cores. If we look here at the temperatures, they're all pretty good. So nothing really, the entire package, I mean, the temperatures are really very, very good. So I'm not worried there about them. And of course, you've got the E cores running at lesser clock frequency, and hence temperatures are lower. These are the clocking speeds for the performance scores 0 through 7. And you see 55, that's 5.5 gigahertz or 5500 megahertz. And then you've got the E-cores there as well at 43 megahertz, 4300 that is. You've got the RAM, again the temperatures of the RAM, and we've got also here what's probably interesting for you guys is the GPU. The GPU temperature is 55 Celsius, which is very, very good considering this is a 4090 and the hotspot is about 61. GPU power about 40%, 51%. And then you've got the clock speed of the graphics card, the memory, 2745 megahertz is the clock speed. It goes to sometimes to 2800 megahertz, but yeah, that's 2800 is the max. And by the way, the ZOTAC 4090 comes already overclocked, so you don't really have to fiddle around with it. One of the things I like about ZOTAC. And of course you have the memory and the video. These are the utilization, about 57%, maximum was 62, and you've got your video engine and all the good stuff there. All right, so that's the hardware monitor. We are now through to 20,000 feet. And if you guys, I'm sure you want me to show you general options. So we have here, this is the screen that I'm running. So I'm running at 4K, but I downscale it for the stream. Anti-aliasing is off, rendering scaling is 100%. NVIDIA DLSS frame generation is on. And we have everything here on, let's see here, full screen anti-aliasing is, why is this off? All right, let's put this on TAA. That makes it a lot better now. And yeah, I was wondering why I was getting those, yeah, all right. So everything here is done. We're gonna say apply, and we're gonna go back and resume. All right, so now we have TAA running. And you probably guys want to know what is the current frame rate. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this guys for you. Let me just bring MSI real quick. I hope it doesn't crash anything. All right. So that's the MSI, and it should bring the Reba server. All right. So if you look here at the top of the screen, here, let me move this. All right. So this is what we're getting in terms of FPS right now. We're getting about 99 FPS, 96 FPS, that's what we're getting right now. And temperature of the GPU is 58 Celsius. The CPU temperature is about 59, goes to 62, then goes back down. And yeah, so about 91 FPS is the max that you're getting there. And of course you can't see this in the Microsoft Flight Simulator FPS counter because those frames, the additional frames, are coming from the GPU, not from the the speed. Yes, it is the i39K, and if you like a full rundown of my current specs, just type !specs, and it should take you there. You'll be able to see. Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it. Thanks. I actually did a flight using. I missed that one. I actually did a flight using the manual on the A310, but I was not very enjoyable spending more time reading the manual than flying. Yeah, that happens to the best of us, so you're not alone there. All right, so this is basically what the settings are. I promise you guys that I will do a detailed video of all the settings, the NVIDIA control panel settings and all of that. But yeah, this is now the, that looks a lot better with TAA. For some reason I guess I was playing around with stuff and, had the, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this now, guys. Let's see here. Alright, let's remove that. Just look at that, just how beautiful this aircraft is. Just gorgeous. I wonder if they programmed any. No, I don't think they've done the cabin. All right. So there is a mapping that's called translate view forward, and I normally have this assigned to my yoke. Unfortunately, I forgot to make that assignment, so we'll skip on the cabin today, and we'll do maybe perhaps another flight, a detailed flight. I'll show you everything that you need to do. 139K, thinking about upgrading my 126K to that. Well, I will tell you guys this. I have done extensive research before making the investment in the 139K. I've read the benchmarks, the single core speed, and it is by far the very best available CPU available today for gaming. If you are interested in gaming, I highly recommend it. It's not a cheap processor, but I think on the long run, I think it will serve you well. So I definitely do recommend it. If you're not on a budget or anything like that, then it's definitely one that I recommend. Excellent CPU. Just when you're, and I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to take a lot of footage of the actual build of the PC. But I will tell you what's very, very important with this CPU is that you have sufficient cooling for it, because it can run hot, especially if you're overclocking. So make sure that you have a very good CPU cooler. So bear in mind, if you want to get the 139K, you're going to have to invest in a very good CPU cooler as well. And also make sure that you get a good thermal paste, so don't buy cheap stuff. Get something really of high quality to use as your thermal paste, so that you ensure that the heat is properly dissipated from the CPU onto the heat sink of your CPU cooler. It just really helps a lot with that. I run chilled water cooling with Exec 9. That's actually a good cooler. That's a very good one, Carl. I run separate loads my CPU, motherboard, RAM on one load, GPU on the other. That's pretty cool, Carl. That's very cool. Yeah, the case I have, if you've already looked over my specs, the case that I have is actually designed for a custom loop, but I decided to get it because I wanted sufficient headroom for the airflow inside the inside the case. It's a beautiful looking case, but yeah, it is designed for custom loops, but I'm not using a custom loop obviously in this particular setup. Right, everything's looking good. $33, 1,000 to go. Listen to those beautiful sounds. Nice contrails. I love the smoothness with the DLSS. Now, to enable DLSS 3, there are a number of things that you need to do, one of which is graphic scheduling needs to be turned on. So you need to have, we have with us, I'm sorry I can't say your name, but I'm not sure how to read it, but thank you very much for your €1.19. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. That's a nice joke, Carl. 2010 can get a little less performance for a lot cheaper, and it will be a good for FS 2020 without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Every time someone writes in Greek, I think, damn, that's a lot of independent variables in one equation. Right, folks, we have reached now our cruise altitude, and we're going to switch to cruise, and everything is looking pretty cool. Just look at this beautiful aircraft. I was wondering if these are also modeled, which they are not. Yeah. But everything else is. I just absolutely adore the cockpit there. Look at that. I mean, the texture work is just really of the highest order on this iniBuild A310 by the Kuwait Pilot official partners. Alright, so if we look down here at our, let's see here. We go to the M.2. I love the light glow of the M.2s. I think it's done very well. Alright, so if we go to takeoff and approach, that's not what we need now. Alright, I think, by the way, all of this work, all of these actually do work. Alright, distance to destination is 372. Let's see if we can get okay, PK. Let's see if that works. Company message received. Messages. ATIS. How brilliant is that? And we've got all the information there at Kuwait International. 310.03 knot wind, and then few clouds, 25, broken 8, 21 is the current temperature, 1018. Yeah, that's yeah. We do have some clouds in Kuwait today. On cruise. All right, perfect. Let's clear that. Everything is looking good. Alright. So still quite a way for top of descent. And if we look here, yeah, it's about an hour and a half flight to Kuwait. That's top of descent. Yeah. It's been you know, the building this PC has been really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I just really missed being around you guys. I couldn't find the download for the iniBuild Airbus. We'll look again. If you go to the market store, just go to the market store from Microsoft Flight Simulator and select aircraft, and just type iniBuild or just type Airbus, and you should be able to see it there. Game theory, wow. You know, Carl, I remember back in college, I used to be a math tutor, and
I used to provide lessons on pre-calculus to begin with, but then the professor, Dr. Ronald Wagner, was the best professor I've ever had in my life. He recommended that I actually do calculus 1 and 2 for for the students, but the pre-calculus session that I used to give back in college was very popular. I loved combinatorial logic, which is normally something that electrical computer engineering students would take. Building all the NAND gates, AND gates, XOR, that kind of stuff, AND gates, OR gates. That was a lot of fun, and I remember putting the 7400 chips, using those and wiring them, and creating those circuits was huge fun. Oh yeah. Kuwait, how is the temps on the 139K? I've showed them, IFR Captain, thanks for being here. I've showed them earlier, so nothing biggie. The temperatures do not exceed, overall they don't exceed 60, 65 while gaming. So with X-Plane or with Microsoft Flight Simulator, I haven't seen the temperatures go above that. Sometimes I do get a spike. Dr. Wagner in California, that is correct. Yes. He passed away? No. Well, I don't know. I don't think he passed away. Did he? No. I've spoken to him 3-4 years ago. He is in California though. No, he wasn't at USC. He was at Fresno State, Carl. He was at Fresno State. In 2017, when I was in the US, I actually gave him a call. I've always kept in contact with him. And I gave him a call and I said, hey, Dr. Wagner, I'm here. And he actually remembered me because he, I remember I took Calculus 1 and 2 with Dr. Wagner, and on both the terms, on both the classes, right before the final, he came to me and he said, look, Sam, do not take the final exam. You have an A in the class. Just don't take the final exam. And I said, why is that? And he said, because you are going to ruin the curve for everyone. And I remember I used to score like 99 or 98 out of 100, and then the second highest score would be in the 60s, and so he basically, that would be an A, everyone else gets an F. So I was exempted from taking the final exam on both Calculus 1 and 2 to save the curve for the class, which I gladly did, of course. One less subject to study for during final exam. So yeah, it was grading on the curve. Yeah, absolutely. I stayed away from FS 2020 cause I thought DCS would be enough. How wrong I was. This is the most enjoyable software of all times. So freaking beautiful. It is very beautiful. I agree. I'm flying Q4XP today. Hey Peter, welcome aboard, my friend. Deviant Moore, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you there with us this evening. Hello Kuwait, install the A300 expansion pack from the marketplace. Boeing Corp from New Jersey. Welcome aboard, my friend. Yes, you can download no, hang on. The expansion pack is, I believe, available at the flightsim.to, but the liveries come from the any manager. You can download it there. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I trust you, Carl. You'll take care of it. All right, I know what's going on now. All right. All right. Yeah, all right. So if we look at our flight plan here, we are looking good. And we have got approximately 40 minutes before before we arrive into our destination. Yeah, I love math, Carl. Math was my favorite. I majored in math actually in high school, so it was something I really enjoyed a lot. It was a lot of fun. I forgot most of it now, but at least I can do multiplication and and division now with my son for his grade work. He's in grade 4, so at least I can do that. Outside. The nice thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator is even when you're flying over, we're by the way flying over the Persian Gulf, and that is probably either that Qatar or Bahrain. I'm not sure. It might be Qatar. And the nice thing about it is even when you're flying over, water. It actually looks good, and the overall sky colors and everything is just fantastic. I've done a quick run of X-Plane 12 today. Can anyone enlighten me on what happened? Sam, what do you think this compared to XP version? So the same. I will tell you this, guys. So the performance from the 4090, at least from my perspective, is totally worth it. So I think it's a good investment that I've made. I'm very happy with the investment I made in this card, and I will tell you why. Because in X-Plane, for example, with the 3090, exactly the same settings on a 2K monitor, I used to get on average about 40 FPS, okay? And I get about, on average now, 50 FPS, same aircraft, same scenery, same setting, same everything, but on a 4K monitor. So definitely the performance for me is worth it. And it's going to be very difficult for me to switch to any smaller screen now after using this wide 43-inch screen. It's just fabulous. And when I fly, especially when I fly GA aircraft, the experience is second to none. It's just absolutely beautiful experience. And the only thing I want now is, maybe I want a smaller, maybe small second screen, maybe so that I can actually see what's going on with Streamlabs OBS while I stream to you guys. But I think I'm just using my iPad today, or I beg your pardon, my Samsung iPad tablet to look over the chat and look over the stream health and all that good stuff. But yeah, overall, very pleased with the performance. Very pleased with how everything turned out to be. It didn't come cheap, yes, but I think this setup or this PC is going to serve me for the next 5 years or so. And I did leave one PCI Gen 5 slot empty, but I might get a... They didn't have it here in Kuwait, and I just didn't want to wait another couple of weeks for it to be delivered. So I just left that slot empty and have the rest for SSDs, M.2s on, installed. And what I've done is there's of course one SSD dedicated for the operating system, and I'm of course using Windows 11 Pro, the 64-bit edition, and also the other three SSDs. One is exclusively reserved for MSFS, and the other one is for X-Plane, and the third one is for just regular apps such as Streamlabs OBS and any other add-ons required for for the sim. It goes onto the fourth SSD card. Overall, very, very pleased with the performance and how things turned out. Yeah. Cabling's done very well. Yeah. All is looking pretty good. I'm stuck on Xbox, but the experience of the sim is very immersive. I enjoy it and learning more. Perfect. Guys, the 3090 is fine. Save your money and buy one in a year or so. Peter, I couldn't agree more with you. The 3090 is fine, and I will say this: the reason that I made this whole change is I was fine with the 3090. I've done weekly streams. You guys have seen the performance, but again, I'd like to always make those investments so I can report back to you guys and tell you whether it's worth it or not. I will save that to my video on the new setup and on DLSS and all that good stuff. Now, by the way, for those of you who have the 4090 or planning on getting the 4090, you will only be able to enjoy DLSS 3 on certain game titles, one of which is our simulator that we're flying today, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and hardware schedule needs to be turned on, and you need to be on DirectX 12. I've had no issues with it. It works perfectly fine, and no stuttering. I've made very little changes to the NVIDIA control panel. So yeah, not that much of a change in terms of from default. There is a lot of options in the NVIDIA control panel, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to actually do the research and be able to report back to you guys. But I want to get some of the some of the commitments I made to the developers to showcase their products here on the channel, and give you, of course, my very honest opinion as to what I think of each one of them in the coming days, and then probably I'll do the video. I think, guys, I'm not ready to make that video because I do want to research a few things and be able to report back to you guys exactly what the experience is like and whether it's worth the investment, whether individually or collectively in a 139 plus the RTX 4090, or should you get one or the other. I will save all of that for that video, but I just really sorry, Osama, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Why, of course, sometimes try my best not to be a yes man. Oh, that's alright, man, don't worry about it. It's okay, it's alright. You don't need to apologize, my friend. That's all right. You spoke your mind, and that's okay, I guess. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I've heard worse comments, so that's okay. Yeah. All right. So if we look here and look down here, we are still cruising at 34,000 feet, and we should, that's the top of descent. We're getting definitely closer to top of descent. Not yet though, so we'll leave things as they are. And this is, by the way, where you set the BOR and course and the ILS frequency as well. But right now everything's looking good. We don't need to do anything. Once we land at Kuwait, maybe we'll change the time of day and we'll take a look at the night lighting inside the aircraft as well. Overall, iniBuilds have done just a remarkable job with this aircraft. Really, I just hope that they work a little bit on the performance so that you know, a lot more people can enjoy it, because right now it's just really very, very hard on performance. Just to give you guys an idea, on my previous setup, I've loaded the iniBuilds at Dubai International, exactly the same setup, but on the 2K monitor that I've had, and I was getting about 30 FPS, 30. And then on this setup, on a 4K monitor, I'm getting at the ramp at Dubai International, I'm getting about 65 to 70 FPS, which to me is very good, because obviously I can enjoy the aircraft and I can fly it, but the thing is, it's very hard on performance. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I loaded the Phoenix A320 at exactly the same location at Dubai International, I was getting somewhere in the range of 95 to 100 FPS, with of course frame generation enabled. Whereas, you know, about 20 frames difference between the Phoenix and the iniBuilds A310. So performance is quite heavy. Yeah. Hello Kuwait, love the specs of the new system. Thank you very much, Scott. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Glad you could make it. I hope the Beluga comes to MSFS. They will probably bring the entire range in due course, but they started with the A310, which I think is, by the way, my favorite of the A300 family is the actual original A300. That's my preference, but the entire fleet from iniBuilds is just outstanding, and for them to bring this aircraft at this level of fidelity free to the community, that's something. That's really something. So just excellent aircraft. There is a fly-by-wire preview on YouTube. Yes, that is correct. The A380 by fly-by-wire is also going to be free, and from the previews I've seen, it's fantastic. At least it looks fantastic. Very high fidelity aircraft, but yeah, it remains to be seen. But just look at the details there. Look at these switches, the panel work, and it's just so sharp. And again, on a 4K monitor, everything looks this sharp. That's incredible. Very, very nice work by iniBuilds, without a doubt. All right, looking here again, if we go to program, we've got about 223 nautical miles to our destination. Very good, excellent. So we're almost there now. And let's take a look at the outside here real quick. It's looking good. There's going to be a free McDonnell Douglas DC-10 coming to MSFS. Yes, that is correct, Boeing Corp. Everybody just needs an A320 in their life. By the way, guys, if you haven't already seen any scene Los Angeles, I highly recommend that you take a look at some of my previous streams of iniScene Los Angeles by iniBuilds. It is by far one of the best airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in fact, it is my opinion that it is the very best rendition of Los Angeles International for flight simulation, period. It's an excellent, excellent airport. Can't fly this aircraft. Is that due to the FPS performance, or... You know, I meant video, not the official previews on the news sites. Oh, I see, okay. That looks to me like Saudi Arabia to our left there. Sounds are just fantastic. And nice overhead panel here. Very, very nice indeed. Right, if we look down here, we should begin our descent into Kuwait momentarily. And we'll begin configuring the aircraft for the approach at about 90 nautical miles from the destination. Good evening. Is it Wester? Wester, welcome aboard, my friend, and thank you for being a member of the channel. I feel you're having a 48-inch widescreen paired with a 4092. Just West. Well, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you with us. 2010. Hello, my friend. So, I'm going to let you guys tell me what you'd like to see next on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott has just gifted 20 Kuwait pilot memberships. Thank you so very much. Thank you, sir. Scott, thank you very much for your generosity. And I'm not sure why Streamlabs is not displaying anything today on the screen. Maybe it is, but I'm not getting anything. It doesn't look like it. But thank you very much for gifting 20 memberships here at the channel. Guys, if you've received a membership from Scott, please do make sure that you thank him. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, guys, let me know what would you like to. I will run a poll on the channel. And I will ask you guys to let me know what you'd like to fly next. Mika Morgan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And look here, if you look out the window in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's just, it's very believable what you see. Which is, yeah, that scene. Beautiful. You see how the sounds actually change as we rotate around the aircraft? How brilliant is that? Thank you again, Scott, for your generous 20 membership gifted here at the channel. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm going to also do a video. There's so many videos on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just, I think sometimes, you know, I think about whether I should make, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim videos, and because look, guys, I am definitely not someone who looks. I'm not after the views or the subs. What I'm really after is providing something useful, something of value to the community. And of course, whenever there is an opportunity, you know, to review something, I will jump on it, because I do want to bring to you guys content that is useful, whether it's knowledge or something that helps you make a decision on whether you want to invest in something or not. And that's how, you know, the channel was founded. It was founded on making very honest and unbiased reviews. Although, by the way, very few minorities still calls me biased. They think that I am biased for some reason. Although I've Bill Barrett, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I'm flying offline, sir. Yes. 2010 has just become a VVIP member here at the Kuwait Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us as part of the exclusive member group here at the channel. I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you very much. Y'all gifting 20, 50 memberships make me feel bad when I want to give one membership before my paycheck. Don't feel bad, my friend. That's all right. That's all right. Your mere presence here on chat and being with us this evening is it speaks volumes in terms of your support to the channel. So please don't feel bad about that. Thank you very much for, you know, for your support and for being here. Amazing how smooth Microsoft Flight Sim looks with your new GPU. Also, does the A310 have any wing views? I can't fly it as my game crashes only when I launch the plane. Oh, really? Thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It does have wing views. Yeah, I haven't set them up, but it does have wing views. Yeah. I just haven't set them up, sorry, because, you know, there are still a few things I haven't mapped on my joystick. But maybe, just maybe, if we go to the camera, we can go to the quick view. Now, I don't think they have them here. Yeah, I don't think they have them here. So... yeah, I'll be sure to create some views, and what I'll do is I will share it with you guys on my Discord. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll create some custom view file and provide you with it. All right, so I can see the top of descent now appearing in the screen, and if we that's top of descent, and we're going to go to takeoff and approach. We're going to do 30-40 today. Now, if we look at the Sim Toolkit Pro here, and we look at the weather information at Kuwait, let's see, 3 knots, that's all right. We're just going to add 5 knot wind factor here, right? So that's so VAP 141, 30-40, and we are going to take in the ILS frequency for our arrival. If we go to our friendly, and by the way, I am going to do a video on Navigraph Charts 8 as well in the coming days. We'll show you all its features and, you know, how to do VFR flight planning as well. All right, so this is runway 23 right. All right, and let's see here. back. And that's Kuwait. Open charts. Alright, so that's Kuwait. That's the approach. And that's runway 33 right. And I believe we selected the Yankee, ILS Yankee, runway 33 right. So we are going to bring up the chart here. And we're going to take a note of the ILS frequency. And, by the way, it doesn't work. I don't think I have SimConnect running. Yeah, it looks like I haven't. There's a lot of things I missed today in this stream, but I'm sure you guys will forgive me. All right, so let's take a look here. 110.5. So we're going to come down here and we're going to add 110.5. And that's done. All right. And the approach course. Let's see. Where's the approach course? 332. Okay. Actually, we'll go the other way around. 332. All right, there we go. All set, and we're ready to go. We're going to take a look here. I believe final approach platform is 3,000 feet, 2,500. All right, we're going to reset the MCP altitude to 2,500. So let's see here. All right, 2, 3. 2,500 feet is now set. Perfect. They said look at shortcuts and track stuff on the 737, hence the max. Looks like a slight bang. Yeah, there's definitely a slight bang, yeah. I wonder when we will have pop-ups of the displays in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's definitely Saudi Arabia to our left. Take a look here. Wow, just really beautiful sight. All the knobs and the switches have beautiful sounds. I love the light glow from the instruments. Overall, really a brilliant aircraft by iniBuilds. I think it's at par with the, with the PMDG and the Phoenix. It's right up there in terms of the quality, the fidelity, the depth of system simulation. Yeah. Hello, iniBuilds are in the house. Good evening to you guys. How are you doing? I love it. I just love everything about this aircraft. Yeah, just absolutely brilliant. Very, very nice. Good work. All right. So if we look down here, that's the top of descent, and so we're coming out to it rather quickly now. And we are probably, we go to program, and we can take a look here. So you've got about 108 nautical miles to our destination. And Ras is, I believe, a BOR station. It's called Ras Al Mashab. That's where, that's very close actually to Kuwait, the southern part of the country. Ras Al Mashab. So Ornak, Solon, and then the top of descent into Kuwait. And as you can see, as we approach Kuwait, we can see in the distance the cloud formations, and that's actually pretty. That's very accurate. That's the current situation in Kuwait. Definitely vertical deviation. We can see that as we reach the top of descent, and the aircraft should begin the descent now. There we go. Still has not started the descent. We'll do a flight change, that's alright. It's not a big deal. Right, let's do a flight change, level change, and then we'll go back to profile. And we have now started the descent into Kuwait International, our destination today, and the home of Kuwait pilot. Transition altitude in Kuwait is 13,000 feet. Just look at that. What a beautiful looking aircraft. That's a very steep descent. That's probably why the reason why is we were a little late. If I'm not mistaken, the A310 has an automatic descent at the top of descent, but I'm not sure why it has not done what it's supposed to do. Let's switch back to profile here. And if we look at our flight plan and Solon, that's why 34, 16.5 at PSAC. Now it's coming back. It's adjusting itself now. Perfect. Now, by the way, the speed, so the A310, and I think the A300 as well, does not have the managed speed mode for the approach. So at some point we will have to adjust the speed for the VREF speed or VAP speed. Let's take a look here once more. Let's see, 30, 40, 140 VAP. All right. Right. So now we're looking good. You can see the rate of descent has normalized now, and we are looking good. Perfect. 24,000. That's where we need to be at. 24,100. So we're looking pretty good now. How's your new setup doing? It's doing great, my friend. It's just absolutely a dream of a setup, and I'm just really happy with you know, with everything, especially in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The ability to generate those frames on the GPUs is a brilliant technology by NVIDIA, and I'm very happy to see it's here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. By the way, guys, this is exactly what the weather is like right now in Kuwait. By the way, this is not the right time, so we're flying during, you know, it's in the afternoon, so we flew out of Dubai at 3 p.m. So it's not real time. It's pitch dark right now in Kuwait, and it is about 20 minutes till 11 before midnight. Alright, 330, 168. I'm going to go ahead and reduce our speed in just a little while. So what sort of settings are you using? Mainly asking about, I'm not sure what you're referring to there. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another super chat for €1.19. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Very kind of you. That's the second super chat in the stream, so thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Tried to tune VOR, but could not get the numbers to change. You mean here? They actually do not change because you need to set this to VOR here. So you go to VOR, then I think there, now you have VOR. Yeah. So actually we're going to go to we don't need ILS now. But yeah, if you want to use the VOR, you need to make sure that you switch this to VOR, and then it will work. Here's our turn. Approaching Kuwait airspace. Guys, look at this beautiful sight of this iniBuilds A310. The sounds are just, wow. Listen to those engine sounds. What a fantastic looking aircraft. Alright, as we approach, I'm going to too high, but we should be able to correct that. It's just the speed is 330 to 72 and then 160 there. We're going to reduce our speed further, And this is Kuwait right now. I believe this is Al Khiran resort area, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, definitely the speed is pretty high for the current sector. Alright, we're looking good. Thank you very much, FC Flyer. Thank you very much, my friend, for being here. Yeah, it definitely looks very good. Very pleased with it. Right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights are turned on. And we can leave this here. Run my turn off lights. Alright. Looking good. Start producing our speed, 220 knots. There we go. 120. Guys, just look at this beautiful sight as we approach Kuwait International. Wow, this looks absolutely fantastic. By the way, folks, just one thing, the monitor that I'm using is a FreeSync monitor, and so it's called FreeSync Pro. It pretty much works like a G.Sync monitor, and it's a 144 Hertz monitor. Just look at the cloud smoothing here as we go through the clouds. What a fantastic looking scene here as we descend into Kuwait International. Right, we're going to turn on the ILS system on both sides. ILS and ILS, perfect. We have the ILS frequency 110.5 and the final approach course set up here. We're going to set the auto brake to medium. We're going to arm the speed brakes as well. And we are pretty much now configured for our approach into Kuwait. You should check out the Samsung is it Odyssey G9 Neo Mini LED 49-inch curved monitor. I'll definitely take a look at that, Carl. MSFS, it's time to mature, but damn, it has aged like fine wine. I do actually have a curved monitor from Dell. It's actually a pretty good one. I'm not sure if it's an Alienware or a Dell monitor. Well, Dell actually owns them now, so that's okay. Right, we're a little too low for our sector. Nothing too drastic though. Guys, this looks beautiful on a 4K, widescreen monitor. Maybe I'll make a footage of this someday and show you guys. It's just really fantastic. It looks beautiful. Right, we are going to gauge a land, Cat 2. We have the glide slope and localizer magenta arrows now showing here on the display. And if we reduce the range here, as you can see, that's the runway 33 right at Kuwait. We're going to start reducing our speed now to 190 knots. 190. If we look here, yep. Right. Slats 15. Laps 15. Right, there we go. There we go. We have intercepted the localizer for runway 33 right at Kuwait International Airport. Final speed is 140 knots. We're looking good. Visibility isn't exactly great. By 2500, we're aligned with the runway now. Hopefully we can see what's going on. Alright, let's do our final check here. We have the landing lights are on and nose light. And go to the taxi. Everything else here looks good. Let's make sure the seat belts and non-smoking signs are turned on and the cabin crew has been notified. The auto brake is set to medium, and the speed brake is the auto brake and speed brake is armed, and everything's looking good. All right, we'll continue to manage our speed. And flap settings. That's Jinbi, that's the final fix for runway 33 right. Alright, we're going to go and reduce our speed to 117 knots. See flaps 20, slats 20. You can see the glide slope needle now coming down. I still don't have a visual on the runway. Right, we're going to select gear down. I've got to love it. Just look at that, guys. Wow. Right, let's go to 160. great, but I have a feeling that we'll be able to see the runway shortly. Alright, so flaps 20, so the next level is going to be slats 30, flaps 40, which is basically flaps 40. We're looking good. Right, and we're going to go to 140 knots, which is the final approach speed. 140 is set. I still can't see a thing. I think I'm starting to see something now. Not sure if it's the runway. It is indeed the runway. Right, speed check. Flaps full. Right, that's the runway ahead of us now. We have a visual. 800 feet. Autopilot disengaged. My aircraft. Reversers are out. 80 knots. Welcome to Kuwait International Airport. Whoa, very nice. Do we have the... There we go. Very nice indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it, my friend. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, probably one of the best reverse sceneries available today for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a very accurate rendition of Kuwait International and the city. Just look at that, guys. Look at that beautiful, beautiful aircraft. The iniBuilds A310. Alright, we're going to track the flaps. Temperature of the brakes. Let's take a look here. Alright, let's turn them on. By the way, this is normally you don't really see that many aircraft in this area here. And right up there, that's where you see those tent looking structures there. Is close. I believe that's the VIP section there. The Emiri, yeah, that's the Emiri Airport. This is where normally the Emir of Kuwait and the government officials depart. That dome that you see there. I think taxi, strobes can go off. And we're going to go ahead and start the APU. And now what we can do, folks, is go here. I'm engaging the reversers there. Alright, we're back in idle power now. That's the main terminal at Kuwait International. Oh yeah. All right, we are at the gate, folks, and it's been really a lot of fun, really flying the iniBuild for the very first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The APU is available. We're going to turn on the APU bleed, and we're going to kill the engines. There we go. GSX now, and begin the deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Right, we're going to fasten seat belts, and we can turn off the beacon light. Runway turn off light. All the lights are off. And as you can see now, the ground services have begun deboarding the passengers. And there you have it, the iniBuilds A310 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been real fun, guys. I really enjoyed this stream. Unfortunately, I have not yet installed the replay tool by FCR. So we're not going to have a replay today of our landing. Nonetheless, it was a beautiful approach into Kuwait International. Landing was also pretty good, and I hope that I was able to show you
Passengers, the boarding started.
you know, a glimpse of the new setup, and also a glimpse of this rather amazing aircraft by iniBuilds, the A310. Well, this is it today. Thank you very much, Arc Flight. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Awesome performance. Absolutely, absolutely. It's been a lot of fun really flying this aircraft, and I promise you lots more on the settings, on the setup, and the do's and don'ts and all that good stuff. And I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank all of the new members. I want to thank Scott. And I can't remember who else also gifted memberships here at the channel today. So thank you very much both for the gifted memberships. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for making my experience today worthwhile. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.